Okay. I see we have some viewers. Who's here? Let's see. We're going to be prepping this up currently. This is our very first stream. Okay. Great. Just gonna let the rest of the crew know that we're here. All right. All right. We're seeing more people. Hello, everyone. Coming in so far. Okay. You're just prepping in for a debate. Nothing important. Nothing new. Nothing totally interesting. Just a regular Smash debate. That's all there is to it. Excuse the volume in the background. That's construction being made in our bathroom. Yes, I know. All right, let's go and see who else is going to be able to make it. Okay, all right. How's everybody doing? Or how are you guys doing so far, the two of you? Let's see. Okay. See, I put some music on, but I honestly have no idea how to work a stream before, so this is my first time. So, rest assured, we know how to handle one. I think we're gonna do this pretty well. Nervous a little bit. A Smash fan from a Discord server agreed to argue Smash with me, so we're gonna go ahead and keep this recorded. And yeah, it's just gonna be the discussion between me and him. Then again, I'm still kind of going crazy over here. Don't know how to feel. I think it might go static, but in about 5 minutes or so, I think I have enough time to design my my points, and I think after that, once he comes in, we're just gonna talk about them. Oh boy, here we go. Let's see. Okay. All right. Okay. How is it possible for me to view any chats at all? I need to find some way to look at everybody. Should be able to. There we go. Hey, Jorge, how's it going? How's it going? Okay, I can see you guys now. I can see the actual chat. How's it going? Let me go ahead and put in the chat what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be debating Smash. Okay. Debating Smash in a couple minutes. Debating Smash in a couple minutes. Okay. So usually at 7:10 we're gonna get ready, but I think the points that I'm going to make for sure are going to be as follows. Hold on, someone is at the door. Give me 1 second. Who's at the door? Hold on. Hi, thank you. Check it out. Ah, nice. Chicken. I was already eating something, but I mean, I kind of just have to wait and let this other plate of interesting avocado and rice for another day. We have fried chicken to eat now. All right. Meantime, I wonder if our guy is ready or not. He said he was going to be ready at 7:10. We are 2 minutes in. The points that I think I'm going to be making, and we're going to probably just have this like stream last like for an hour, maybe less than an hour, you know, just for the sake of like testing the stream. Other than that, that's pretty much all we're going to do. And best thing is, I'm going to see if I can edit this whole thing like after we finish it and just kind of get the highlights of the discussion. So, I mean, is what it is, but it's good to see you guys here. Can't wait to see what we can kind of plan out. Let me go ahead and see what kinds of points we can make before we start. And just kind of have them along. Let's see. Smash. Okay. Yes. Good. Already in. Okay. All right. And what kind of topics do we want to introduce? I already put down the main point that Smash was not a good party game, but yeah, that's a little bit controversial, right? I can probably work with that in there. Let me go ahead and actually see what we can hit him up with. Let me talk to our opposer for the discussion today. See how he's doing. All right. Oh, he's ready. He's ready for us. Okay. Let me just go ahead, hit him up. Does anybody hear me well? Is everything all right? Can anybody hear my voice pretty well? I hope you can hear the dude. You know, once we start debating. You know. Let me see what we got. Okay. I'm worried about how Discord works the microphone in on the desktop. I want to see if I can do that. Testing. Testing.
Testing. Do I need to talk? Because I can hear you.
Yeah. You can hear me. I can hear you too. How's it going? Hey.
Hi.
Hey. How's it going? So, Oh, sorry about that.
I don't really know what the structure of this is supposed to be.
Yeah. Okay. So, it's a lot more loose than you think. So, originally I wanted us to kind of see if we can just have like an hour down of just kind of talking about some points that I have, which I actually only been able to make 2 actual points. As far as, you know, like kind of debating about them. Other than that, I think it's pretty much freeform at that point in time, just kind of like the same way that we did last time. And then, you know, and it kind of, after that timer hits, you know, we're just good.
Is there like a central point here, or is just Ultimate in general? Because the actual video that you uploaded that prompted this.
Yeah,
thing,
was about the DLC and the.
Make a bunch of points, so I just wanted to know: is there like one that's going to be center of discussion?
Yeah, I guess like the whole center that we can just kind of base everything around is what some of the other people in the discussion were talking about, which was the fact that I think that Smash is not like a good party game, and we can just kind of branch off from there.
All right. then.
All right. Sounds good.
Yep, sounds good.
Okay. All right. Apologize, in advance if this is a little bit loose, but this is the very first time that I'm actually doing this again with a little bit more form. So I hope you're okay with this. All right. Can I get an okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take that. Okay.
I'm just on the stream and I'm just watching the audio because of the YouTube is I'm hearing your voice on Discord and then you're muted on the stream from what I have, so.
Oh, I am?
Well, no, I have you muted because I don't want to be echoed.
Okay. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. I just hope that you sound good on the stream.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's what I'm hoping for. Well, yeah. I mean, if you want to present, any counterclaim as to why Smash is a pretty good party game, just go ahead and just kind of put that out there, and we'll just talk from there.
Yeah. So, Smash, it's not really meant to just be a party game, because making the argument that Smash is a party game, just a party game, or a fighting game, just a fighting game, or a casual game, and just a casual game, or a competitive game, and just a competitive game, it's kind of short-sighted, because that's not really what Smash is supposed to be. Ultimate is a lot about compromises, you'd say. There's a Brawl, you could say, was very casual leaning with a lot of its mechanics, and Melee was pretty competitive leaning with a lot of its mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
So Ultimate is kind of the exact middle, because there are a lot of changes that were made in Ultimate to facilitate a better understanding of the game's mechanics, like the buffering system comes to mind. Yeah. It's flawed, but there is an effort that was made there to help people who don't really have that much of a knowledge of the intricacies of Ultimate, or Smash Bros. In general even, get into that. But, of course, there are a lot of casual shenanigans. I would argue Hero is casual shenanigans. A lot of the stages are casual shenanigans. And there's a lot of... to be honest, I'm not really that big on Ultimate's stages in general.
Yeah.
But a lot of them are meant to kind of be chaotic. Temple is... it's not Ultimate's doing that. That was in Melee, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Temple is the ultimate casual stage from the way it is structured, the way its layout is. So, and then you've got Spirits, which is all about casual play.
Yeah.
A competitive player going into World of Light, they wouldn't be able to beat Pauline or Dr. Wowie or any of that.
Oh, okay. So that you're okay. So,
I guess that's my opening statement.
Yeah, I gotcha. So middle ground, Ultimate's the middle of the the Smash competitive casual thing. That's what you're saying, right?
Yes.
Okay. You know what I personally think? I personally think that if anything, Smash 4 was the middle ground for competitive and casual. I mean, you had a lot of modes, right? But that's it's the very point that Brawl. Okay, so you had Brawl, right, which was probably one of the most casual games in the entire series, next to 64. You go into Smash 64 and it's whoa, people are actually starting to talk about how to play this game as a sport again. It's a lot. It's a lot more. How would I say? It just came off. With a more competitive vibe to it, and there was also a lot of modes that kind of came with the game as well. You had all these crazy modes like Smash Tour, Smash Run. Some of these were a really huge hit and miss. You had the Master Orders, you had the the crazy orders and stuff. I personally, the reason why I don't see Ultimate as being as a mix of the two is because even their casual modes aren't really all that casual. at the very least, in my opinion, as far as the modes that you would advertise, like the best you can kind of get is like, how would I say? You have Squad Strike as like one of the main Smash modes, and that one is basically just still fighting, but you're now in like this like lineup. It's like once this guy dies, oh, this guy comes in. Oh, once this guy dies, this one comes in.
So
And you have, when it comes to other modes, like for example, classic mode, and well, not classic mode, but all-star mode is a better example. The way that they watered that down to the point where it's just, all the fighters chronologically coming in, all at the same time, and it's not like them like in their like respected like stages and stuff, like how it used to be.
Instead of all-star mode, I miss the old all-star mode like that they had back in Smash 4.
Mm-hmm.
But with Ultimate's sheer size, it would be a huge time commitment to complete it. Like having, I guess this is a compromise for still including it, because a 70 character base game all-star mode like it was in Smash 4
Mm-hmm.
would take about as long as World of Light to complete.
Yeah, I mean, but like they had a lot of time to work on it. For the past like entirety of the volume pass, they had, outside of making characters, they had none of the updates ever like had any sort of like different way of playing one of the modes, or at the very least they've never updated it. That's also one of my points, is that when they've currently not been like updating the game so that like some of the casual features could be better, I would argue that like nobody even pays attention to like the whole movie editor thing. And like you'd think if that was something in Brawl, and like I knew that was something, if that was something in Brawl, I would probably abuse the heck out of that. But now that we have that in Ultimate, cool, but nobody's doing anything with it. And I mean, there's also Stage Builder, and trust me, I mean, Stage Builder is awesome, but like think about the many people that are able to make an actual stage in Stage Builder compared to how it used to be back in Brawl. Like thinking about how easy it used to be back in the day. You can make some really good stages in Ultimate, right? But it's like, it's like how can you get anybody to make one themselves? So when you have all of these modes,
are you critiquing the UI of Stage Builder?
Not the UI. I'm just saying that there's a lot of like unnecessary like it shouldn't be this hard, to make a stage, especially when the bar was set, the way it was back in the day. Like it was pretty easy to make something back then, but like now, like you have to kind of do all these crazy things just to make the stage, like remotely, like chaotic in some sense. It's kind of like, why not update it so that it's a lot easier?
Well, can you explain what your problem with Stage Builder is? Because as of right now, I'm kind of confused. You're kind of just saying Stage Builder is bad, and it's weird that they haven't fixed it.
I'm not saying that Stage Builder is bad. I'm saying that it's too complex. Like, I would say that at the very least, the whole way that Stage Builder is in Ultimate, it has a really creative like idea, right? Where you can just kind of like just sketch around the stages and stuff. But like, it's not Brawl where you have building blocks and you can just kind of lay them out. Have some stairs, mind you, and some ice blocks and all this other stuff, right? You can just press that with a click of a button. In Ultimate, you have to sketch that. So it's like,
I guess it's a different focus between Brawl and Ultimate, which is kind of weird because the philosophies of builders in both games are kind of different between the games.
Yeah, I know.
Brawl Stage Builder was very practicality based. The stages that you made, they didn't really look all that fantastic. At least from my experience using Brawl Stage Builder.
True. I mean, you had fun stages though. Like,
but yeah, they were. It was very easy to create a stage that suits you.
mm-hmm.
Ultimate Stage Builder is a lot more about what you can make rather than what's in it. Like, it's a lot more art based, almost like being able to draw freely and use the touchscreen to be able to fight on insane locations. Like, it's a similar philosophy behind the Miis.
Yeah.
Do you want a fighter to be included in these games that is not in it? Make me for them.
We can talk about Miis for another period. I feel like the way that Miis are kind of being shown in Ultimate is not I would say, not up to par with the way that they did it in the last game. I feel like me customization was actually better in the last game than it was in this game because at the very
No,
least,
I agree. There is a much greater focus.
yeah, okay. And I like the whole like art style thing, but like it wouldn't hurt to have, to make things easier than just kind of sketching them. I think when it comes to sketching good stages, when it comes to kind of seeing what you can make, that's like something that I would see that would be important, like in the last game in the Wii U, where you could like use the stylus and stuff. But for the Switch, with something that is mostly buttons, but you can use your finger and you can use a stylus, right? That's an option. It's like you're trying. I wonder how many people have downloaded more stages than they've actually made. Which, I mean,
admittedly, I am in that camp.
Wait, say again.
Admittedly, I am in that camp.
Yeah. I tried making a couple stages back in the day, and I kind of gave up midway. I mean, I guess like that's not really the point. The point is just that like there are some people who've made really really good stages, and I think most of the time is just kind of being spent checking out what other people made, and not what you've made, and showing it to people. As far as I know, I don't think it's really possible to name any names, but as far as I know, some stages that some certain people have made have just been just like really curvy, like green landscapes that like have like there's like no, like it's just landscapes, it's just chunks of green around the stage and chunks of white and blue, and it's like, yeah, and the idea is that it sounds nice, but like it's just actual chunks of like stage just like around the place, and it's like people can do better than that. I've seen people make a soccer game in the Brawl stage builder, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Basketball is bad. People have made Smashketball.
Yeah, but I mean, like it's not the same as it used to be. I'm talking about soccer. There's like this video that I watched of like people using like the soccer ball, and they were like kicking it around like left and right and stuff, and I thought that was pretty cool. Because like you had like these like openings, and they were pretty obvious, but they were also just kind of like, I mean, I'm thinking about like the building blocks and the way that they looked. They would have like these like it would look like you were going through like some sort of cave, and they would use that for the goalposts, and you can just like kind of kick the ball there and stuff. And I thought that was kind of cool. I thought that was okay. But still, like with this new stage builder, right? It's like, what can you really use to make the perfect Smashketball? You kind of have to like, I don't know. There's not like good way of knowing like whether or not the stage that you're making is going to be any good. As far as like scale, as far as like, say it again.
There's literally a test feature that you can use.
Well, yeah. But you can't change when you're in Stage Builder. You can't change the background, nor can you change the size. So it's like you can't edit those features. You can't maximize your stage so that it fits the characters there. You're literally stuck with those features as you're in the middle of the stage. And so when you test it, you're like, oh shoot, I didn't put the stage at the right size now. I had to restart the thing all over again. Or maybe you don't even want to because it looks good. I don't know. But it's like, that stuff can't be convenient. At least in my eyes.
I do have a lot of problems with Ultimate's Stage Builder, but I don't really think that conversation matters for the whole is Smash a good party game thing, because really, at parties, you're not going to be making stages. You're going to be playing. Yikes,
that's true. But a lot of stages can be made into more of a party setting. Like you can make some pretty good party base.
Like, one time, me and a bunch of friends just went and tried to make the most evil stage possible, and then we played on it. Like that sort of thing.
Have you heard of a guy named Tom Fox?
No.
This guy is kind of known to make some really good party-based stages in Smash Ultimate, and he's really good at them, which is pretty nice. You can go ahead and look him up if you ever want to. I'll send a link after this, but like seeing stages like the ones that he makes, I'm like looking at that and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. Like, how can I make a stage like this? And like, turns out, you kind of have to kind of know a lot when it comes to to learning how the whole stage builder stuff works, you know, and it kind of sucks when you don't really pull on off. And I'm just saying, you know, it wouldn't hurt to have the stage builder work a little bit easier, you know, be a little bit easier to work with. So that way you can kind of make stages and then show those stages to your friends and be like, hey, I made this stage, you know?
Yeah, I can definitely see that. But back to your point about the whole
Party
everything
game
being fighting thing, because that's
Yeah.
kind of what led to this
Yeah.
stage builder company.
Yeah. We went on a tangent.
Like you said, Spirits was just fighting with special things. Squad Strike was just fighting with multiple people. Classic mode was just a bunch of fights in a row.
Yeah, I mean, remember event mode? Like the whole idea about event mode was that you were placed in like stories, right? Or like, oh, well, I mean, not entirely fighting, right? You also had to survive to a certain time. You had to like do something in a stage for a while. You had to do all these sorts of like weird things, right? Just to meet like whatever like to do. I mean, just to complete whatever challenge was there. In Spirits mode, you kind of have the characters. You give them stats, and you give them some sort of stage like hazard, like the wind blowing, or like I don't know, like the floor is lava. And some of those you can play without putting any spirits at all. That's where like the whole like party thing gets a little bit better. But you know, once it starts to become unplayable, like for example, like some of the other spirits in the game, I would say Dry Bowser and some, that's when it really just starts to become, oh shoot, I have to use this spirit to do this thing. And it's like nobody wants to think about that when they're playing the spirits mode. And I think one of the things that makes spirit mode even more of a bummer is when 4 players can play spirit mode, but if one of them dies, that's like a killer for the spirit battle, like entirely. Like once one person's dead, everyone's gone, no matter what.
Well, that's for balancing. That's to prevent you from just getting a whole bunch of friends together.
Oh yeah,
it's annoying, but it would make it so that getting a bunch of friends is the objectively best way to beat spirits. Now, bringing more people in is sort of a risk reward. You have more people to attack the spirit, but at the same time, you have more opportunities to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Which risk reward is the core of strategy.
Yeah, but I just don't know why they don't have to. I just don't know why that's like being kept as like the other main thing that a group of people can do. You know, I mean, there's some spirits where like the amount of fun you would say, you know, that people can have is like it's pretty good, right? There's some spirits where it's like, oh, you have to survive at this amount of time, and you know people are can go crazy for that. But like there's other ones where the one is just it's not like there's moments where the spirit game is not even like I would say it's not even necessarily fun. It's more so just very extremely frustrating in moments where it shouldn't be. Like for example, metal characters, right? Metal spirits like Metal Sonic. A lot of
and spam for Metal Slash.
Right. A lot of the spirits you'd kind of expect to be something a little bit more exciting, and in that case, it's just like you play it, and you know. And also, one of the things that I kind of don't like about it is that spirits are too fast. Like spirit battles, they happen way too quickly. You know, you can beat a spirit, boom, 3 seconds in, it feel like you just went through a whole experience in like 3 seconds. Boom, what to do now?
They are designed to be pretty rapid fire in their nature.
Yeah.
In a spirit board, you have, as soon as you beat one, you move on to the next one. Or they're on a timer, and that causes you to have to act quickly. In World of Light, in World of Light in particular, if those spirits lasted a long time, it would be incredibly frustrating to make any progress at all.
True, yeah. I mean, I just don't know why that can be seen as like any type of a fun party mode for people. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to doing those spirit battles, a lot of times you kind of have to be pretty good with the controller just to beat it. And I'm not even saying it's just like, oh shoot, like there's like, how would I say, some huge, like a really huge Bowser, right? Who's like slowly walking, and he has like some super armor or something. Everybody has to go ahead and slowly, like, you know, slowly kill him and break down his health and all that stuff. I'm just saying, like, the whole concept of like spirits is like, why kind of have that and say that this is more, how would I say? You know, you think it would be better if we were to have, for example, something like Smash Run, where people would kind of, for example, kind of be going around the stage, You can even have it split screen. They could be like going around, and they could fight all these actual bad guys and get lots of boosts and stuff. And then at the end of the match, you're like final battle, and it's like end of the race. Or you can fight each other with like all your boosts and stuff. Or heck, I would even and I hate Smash Tour. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I think that would be a pretty good option to have. At the very least, at least a better version of Smash Tour. Just kind of on Ultimate, because why not? I'm just saying, for something like Smash Spirits, I personally do not think that it is really much enough to satisfy people outside of just a couple matches, and kind of keep them there. And I've tried getting cousins and other friends to kind of try doing the whole spirit battle with me and stuff, because the option was there, right? And it's like you get them to play, but they're like, can we do something else afterwards? Because like you're playing like 3 or 4 spirit battles, and it's just like it feels like they're ending so fast, and it's like of course it works for World of Light, but like when you're playing that with friends, it's like, is there anything else?
Well, World of Light is the intended time to do the spirits.
What do you mean?
Well, I'd argue that the spirit battles are kind of meant for World of Light, and the spirit board is sort of an afterthought.
Yeah.
Like, when you go into spirits mode, the first thing you get isn't the spirit board, it's World of Light.
Very much, yeah. Although it is being pushed as being more of a casual thing. I remember in one of the videos, Sakurai was like, hey, listen, people, just a reminder, there's like, I don't know if anybody like knows about this, but like there's a reminder that you can play Spirit Board with 4 people. It's really challenging. It's really fun. So I hope you guys go and check it out. So that mode, right, is at least by the creator, is being told that, hey, this is a mode that you should go ahead and play on. Like this is a thing that you should take your friends to go play. Like how many groups of friends actually go out and do Spirit Board battles together? I wanna ask that question, because I don't think I don't think that's something that people actually do. I think people would spend more time doing home run contests over something like the Spirit Board at the very least. And I'm not gonna lie, home run contest with multiplayer is not that bad. I'm just gonna put it out there. Like like especially in Ultimate, I don't think it's that bad. I think they did a pretty good job with that. That's like the only other thing. Sorry, I kind of like blew you up there. I didn't want to.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Yeah.
But, like I said, it all comes down to priorities. Like, if you have a bunch of friends over to play Smash, you're going to want to play against each other.
Mm-hmm.
Doing spirits together is sort of an afterthought, if you will. Like, oh yeah, we can do this. And like you said, that's sort of the design. Play a few spirits together and then go and play together. It's
right.
A competitive game. You're supposed to be, yes, there are team games, but how many times do you really see friends going together and being on the same team against some CPUs? That very rarely happens.
Right, it almost never does. Mm-mm.
The spirits, the way that the multiplayer is designed, it is very geared towards the single player. But who plays multiplayer Smash for the spirits?
That's a really good question.
It's an option that exists for people who want it, but you can't expect there to be as much attention given to it as, say, Smash or online.
Okay, so that's literally just one of the modes that you can choose from the many other things that you can do in the game, right? So what happens?
That is one way of putting it, but some modes are going to be more single player based. That's the whole point. People were complaining. One of the major complaints of Smash 4 was there's not enough to do with the single player.
Okay.
It was very multiplayer based, and Spirits kind of fixes that, but it gives you the opportunity to multiplayer as well. It's not just, oh yeah, if you have multiple people, then play something else. It's just one of several modes.
I think the single player content wasn't that bad. As a matter of fact, there were a lot of challenges that you could do in the last game. And classic mode, I mean, although it was bad, it was a bit of a time killer, and you could kind of do as much as you could just to get to whatever like challenges that you had to beat and stuff. There were master orders. There were crazy orders. There was that whole lottery thing where like if you had like enough money, you could like break boxes and stuff to get trophies and like character moves and stuff. And
I will offer this though. I really hate Ultimate's classic mode.
really,
Like, yes, like the references and stuff are nice, but like it's really cool the first time you go in and you get to see all the fighters, and it's so cool. Like, you're like, oh yeah, that references this.
yeah,
But then you go in and replay it. It's the same thing every time. Like, I would take the same character in Smash 4 for the 3DS. I think it's the same.
yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah. Ask me that. Okay, answer me this. Right? Do you think that it would be cool if Smash Ultimate had like a random classic mode?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, totally. Okay, we're on the same page there. That's good.
Yes. Hey, we can agree upon something.
There you go. So
I think it would be good if the option existed in both. Like, if there was the classic modes that exist for, you know, the players who want to keep fighting the same matchups and grind up to 9.9.
yeah,
I think, I guess there is a niche for that, or maybe I'm in the minority there. But there should be some sort of random one as well.
yeah. That I guess what I can say personally from my experience playing Ultimate is that a lot of the things that they do in the game, or that a lot of things that they have in the game, are just kind of like random, or not random, the opposite of random. Like, you can predict what's going to happen next, and like they're all kind of organized, so like you know, it doesn't feel like outside of the gameplay of Smash, like anything random's going to happen. And personally, to me, right, the classic mode kind of shows that a lot. You know.
Philosophy of Ultimate that everything is up to
predicted,
up to the player, basically.
Up to the player, exactly, right? I think a lot of things when it comes to a party game, you know, the whole philosophy should be about I mean, like outside of just, you know, having fun with people, and outside of just, you know, being competitive with each other, there should also be that like sense of surprise. I think, if I'm not mistaken, there should be that sense of like, oh, I have no idea what's going to happen next. Oh shoot, this again, you know.
Ultimate gameplay really shows.
Gameplay wise, yeah, sure, yeah. I'm just talking about the modes around it at this point. You know, if we're talking about the modes, then absolutely not. It's all very predictable. You know, you for example, when it comes to, again, I'm going to mention Spirits, because like Spirits is like one of those. It's a mode that exists, and it's like solidified in there. It's one of the main things on the menu. You go to it, and it's like, you know who this character is. You go to it, you see all the information. You're choosing to play the mode, and you see that it has all these features.
For that, when you click on Spirits mode, whoops! I guess you're playing All-Star mode now.
Yeah. So All-Star mode, I don't know if that one has multiplayer. I'm not. All-Star does. Okay, good. One of the cool things about, you know, and Brawl has like, doesn't have jack squat about these modes, but I think the thing that I like about Brawl is that it took its like it took the content, you know, not just the gameplay, right? Which the gameplay was kind of easy to understand for probably some of the most, like, for the people who never even played a Nintendo game, right? When you're playing Smash Brawl, it's like, you know, you have all these buttons with the Wii remote. You know, think about the Wii remote at the time, and people could get used to playing the Wii remote after a couple plays. You know, like, of course it wasn't like a controller, but like people could use it, right? A lot of people can use it. 4 people could use it. You know, at the very least, they had content there that was like pretty party based. It was kind of nonsensical. It's like, oh shoot, you're playing a game, but it's like, look at this. There's this guy who's like screaming on the screen, for example. Like Ultimate's assist trophies, for example, right? Compared to Brawl's assist trophies. I feel like I'm going on a tangent, but let me go ahead and finish this thought. A lot of the assist trophies in Ultimate are like a lot more like battle based. You have Alucard, Shovel Knight. You have like people actually like doing things to you. And then you go to Brawl, and it's like Mr. Rossetti is like popping up from the ground, and he's like blabbering about some crazy thing that happened. and you're just like you're being distracted by whatever he's talking about, and like everybody's still killing each other in the middle of the game. People are still kind of doing jack squat, and with assist trophies like that, right? I guess like the whole like theme of that was just, oh yeah, it's going to be totally random. You're either going to have someone who helps you, or you're going to have someone who's just going to not shut their yap for the next couple of minutes. And like, as far as getting three other people sitting next to you, kind of playing this game with you, it's like, yeah, of course you're trying to win, but like it's also like, yeah, there's that moment where like that guy kind of came in. Maybe that's not like the exact way to put it, but I mean, hey, all I can say is that compared to Ultimate, Brawl really, like they did a whole party theme with their stuff.
I guess the assist trophies in Ultimate they also have a different philosophy than in Brawl. Because in Brawl, I don't remember a lot of the Brawl assist trophies, but if I remember, a lot of them were support based almost. Like
they're also pretty useless. They're also pretty useless. Like the one bird guy that like would rotate, and there's like a flat line. He would just like turn around and stuff. Do this weird little thing. You didn't even know he was the guy.
Yeah. In Ultimate, they are meant to be a lot more, I guess, chaotic in a different sense.
Yeah.
What's more chaotic than running away from a giant dragon from the hit game Monster Hunter?
I thought that one was one of the best assist trophies in the game. That one, you literally have a freaking dragon on the stage, and I thought, frick, dude, that's awesome.
There are a lot of other assist trophies that I really like. I really like the Pong. I like that.
That one's really good too. That one's good. I mean, like people can get pretty annoyed by it, but you gotta admit, like it's different,
I think her name's like Yuri, like from Fatal Frame.
That's a good one too. Yeah.
I forget her name for the life of me.
It's Yuri something something. You have to look it up.
Fatal Frame main character.
Also, you know, thing it's not okay. Actually, we're on the topic of a part of the Smash not being a party game thing, but like one thing that I really don't like about Smash Ultimate right now is that they have all of these spirits and stuff, and you have all these characters and all this good stuff, and you look at the game, but you go to like the spirits, and it's like the only place that you can see all these characters, and right when you're clicking on one of them, you get absolutely no information about this character or what it's even about. You have to look it up, and it's like, that's a really good question. That's a really good question. I literally have your speaker like this close to my mic, like this close, so you should be able to hear it.
Okay.
I'm hoping so. I'm hoping so.
So, well, I was concentrating on typing. What was your last point? I'm sorry.
Oh, man. So you're going into spirits. You know how trophies had descriptions?
Yeah. Oh, that. Okay, so I guess you can learn about them through their fighting style almost.
Keep going.
One of the first ones that come to mind is Shantae, because I remember the Shantae spirit battle.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're fighting her on a pirate ship, which is a big thing from Shantae.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I don't remember the Shantae first one. There's a Killing Edge, which it's a big purple attack.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You gotta admit they don't really explain that all that well in the game. Like they don't really explain. Oh, that's a reference to Shantae's like hair going, whoop, 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 and then sorry about that. The focus just ran out. Good. Anyways, or when it comes to like some fighter like Akira, or no, not Akira. That's a horrible example. God, if there's any good examples I can think about. Some of the Pokemon, when you go and do some battles with the Pokemon, some of them are as basic as just some character with like some sort of or even worse, like their attack stat is raised. Like that's a good reference to Pokemon move, just raising their attack stat. That's wow. that's crazy fun.
I guess it's a similar problem to the moons from Mario Odyssey. Like,
Mhm.
the sheer scale of the amount of spirits means that some are going to get a lot more attention
Yeah.
than others.
Hmm. You'd think that the newest spirits would be a lot more fun, I guess, and party based, right? The I guess the DLC ones, right? Or the ones that they would bring in like every 2 months or so, or or something of the sort. And you look at the Tekken spirits now. I don't know who has the Tekken DLC, but when you look into those ones, you still have your characters. Someone has like some sort of attack boost or a defense boost still. And the floor. I don't remember if the floor is lava. I actually didn't play all of the Tekken spirits, but I do know that a lot of them are just either, oh, this guy has a huge attack boost, or oh shoot, these guys are in a pair. You have to fight them both, and make sure you get your strongest spirits for this battle.
To be fair, Tekken doesn't really have that much chaos to include there.
No, it doesn't, and that's very true.
The memorable thing about the Tekken spirits were the yodeling music that played during the Panda one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If you're actually going to edit the highlights, I want you to get the theme and just play it right now.
Yeah, right. I'm not gonna lie. Kazuya is a pretty stylish character. Like, he's pretty good. He looks good. He looks good. I just assume I didn't even look at the whole presentation, and when I played as him, I had no idea what I was doing. I played through the entire.
Watch the presentation. Or they actually do. There is a move list in the game.
Yeah, true. Mm-hmm. I just feel like because of the fact that there is a move list, you're kind of obligated to look at that move list and kind of see how to do those moves. And it's like,
well, that's in the spirit of Tekken.
Yeah, true. I just feel like you look back at the other games. They never really had any official move list that you would pause the game for and look into, and you wouldn't have had to. I'm just saying, now that we have a move list, it's like that's like the fact that we have a move list, right? A move list for Smash Brothers. That means you have to look up how a person's move works and see, like, at what point does it do this, at what point does it do that. Traditional fighting games have move lists when you pause at the game because, like, you need to know those moves to do those attacks, right? But right now, where Smash is, it takes. Okay.
Traditional fighting games do abide a lot of times by a similar philosophy to Super Smash Bros. I just got the Guilty Gear game, and
Strive.
A lot of the characters you can kind of just figure out by pressing directions with each of the heavy, light, medium, or I think it's punch, special, and slash in Guilty Gear.
Yeah.
And then do Hadouken, do Shoryuken, do the whatever Chun-Li's thing is called. Forgetting that thing's name, where you hold back and do a half circle, like.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is that, like, you wouldn't really know just without knowing how to do the Hadouken or how to do that spinning bird kick that Chun-Li does, which it's pretty cool, but you really wouldn't know, like, you have to move your controller a certain way just to do that move. It's like, I mean, now we're putting all those mechanics in there in Smash, and it's like, okay, now we need a move list in order to have fun with this character. It's you're adding another layer of all these mechanics, of all this craziness into the moveset, and it's like,
I think that's a clash in priorities between you and the designers of Smash, because Smash, they are very clearly looking to emulate the feeling of the original game. They have said in interviews one of their top priorities is making the character feel familiar to players who come from the other game to Smash Bros.
Yeah,
Steve is a good example. Like, you mine whenever you can, you build all that. Like, yeah,
it's all fun in games till you realize that half of the entire roster is not completely based on their games. You can have DLC characters from the first two lineups be based around all their characters. Doesn't make all the other characters that have been, that have just been ported in any better. Ganondorf is still a Captain Falcon copy, and you have variations of Dr. Mario with the regular Mario, Dr. Mario doesn't, he just throws pills. He doesn't have attacks that are like based on, being Dr. Mario, no? It doesn't scream Dr. Mario. So when you have all these characters who are ported, based back with their original movesets, and those ones were just, they were kind of standard in their own way. You bring those in, and then you bring the DLC characters in, and it's like, oh my gosh, Steve can do so much more than this other guy can. And yet this guy in this game has a lot more stuff that he can do in this game. So like, what's going on? You have what about the Fire Emblem characters, right? How it's not, the problem isn't that we have
a whole nother can of worms.
Yeah. Yeah. To summarize, the problem isn't that you have what was I gonna say? That problem isn't that you have so many Fire Emblem characters, or I guess maybe, I don't know. What was I trying to say? The problem isn't that you have so many Fire Emblem characters. It's just that so many of them are like almost the same. You have Chrom, Marth, Roy, Lucina.
Hang on.
Those are Echo Fighters. Echo Fighters, I know they're Echo Fighters, but like even like without the Echo Fighters, you still have Marth and Roy, right? And then you also have
was a melee remnant.
Yeah.
He meant to come back from players who enjoyed melee. They didn't really care about Binding Blade or Blazing Blade. I forget the name.
True. I mean, at the same time, though, it wouldn't hurt to make him a little bit more unique. Like, the most that we could have done was just to give him an English voice actor. And to be honest with you, I think Roy's new voice actor is, like, the best one in the entire game. I'm personally biased on that. I'll forever be biased on that. That's not a good opinion to have. I'm just putting it out there.
Ness is 100% the best voice actor.
Ness?
Ness.
Yeah.
Best voice actor.
Oh, we're talking about Smash 4 then. We're not talking about Ultimate.
When Ness, I was being sarcastic.
Oh, okay. Because of the whole okay thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I used to be a Ness main. I had to hear that constantly, and it was one of the main reasons I dropped the character.
Yeah. Ouch, man. That sucks. That's not good. But yeah, no. Where were we? A lot of the characters in the game are so kind of like they don't really scream their character. And then you have all these other characters that are like, look at us. Oh, we are, they're like the ultimate Chads as far as hey, look what I can do. Like Sephiroth, right? The long sword dude can do all of these sorts of things with his other special moves and stuff. And then you have for example, Ganondorf, which the most he can really do. I mean, I remember when this is outside the stream, but we talked about how Ganondorf's essence is to be this huge dark warlord, and we saw a Relax Selects video about that. But it's you have all of these features right on the characters, and you look at someone like Ganondorf or who else can I kind of bring back? Any other melee character, right? Like Sheik. No one really brings a lot of stuff into Sheik as a character. He's just made to be a ninja.
Not during the time, to be fair.
Huh?
She doesn't do a whole lot in Ocarina of Time, to be fair.
But she does do she has a harp, and that is capable of doing a lot. I don't know if
that's only Hyrule Warriors, if I remember. It's been a while since I played Ocarina.
True, but I mean it's also a hardcore Nintendo game. It's also a first party game, so it's you can do so much with that.
I guess first party characters and third party characters have
very different priorities. Okay, yeah, keep going.
With third parties, it is definitely about paying a lot of service to their series and to them, as characters.
Mm-hmm.
Steve, Sephiroth, Cloud.
I hear you.
Tekken, because Banjo-Kazooie.
Banjo-Kazooie.
They are all about paying homage to their series and to their characters.
Mm-hmm.
With first-party characters, the design philosophy is a lot more geared towards personality and playstyle. A lot of the Pokemon are a really good example of that. Lucario's gimmick can easily be put on a lot of other things.
Mm-hmm.
But Sakurai wanted to make a character who gets better as they take damage, and Pokemon are often the result of that. Incineroar was his desire to make a pro wrestling character, which he said he wanted back in like 4, but he got to include it in Ultimate after the time. So then you've got characters like Byleth is another really good example. There were, because of how customizable Three Houses is, there were so many directions you could have taken Byleth in, including time travel, which I wish they had gone with. But they instead decided to go for this weapon master angle, which was something like a Monster Hunter could have done. But if Monster Hunter got in, then would you really just want to see them using different types of weapons? There's more they can do.
Yeah.
Byleth was the result of an archetype that they wanted to put in, and they used Byleth to do so. I guess.
I mean, at the end of the day, right, it's good for those characters. You still kind of have that second half, right? And although they still kind of play as their old selves, right? And although they still kind of, play like the people used to play them, so that they feel, they still feels comfortable playing those characters now. That was kind of the intention, if I remember correctly. Sakura was like, we want to keep these guys feeling relatable to the people who used to play them beforehand. That's not the exact same thing that he said, but like he wanted people to feel like they were playing the same character that they were playing in the previous games, which is why they didn't touch them. I mean, like, if that's the case, then just give them extra moves that you can give options to for the people who don't want to do that, I mean, and also, we can talk custom moves, like, any day, right? Custom moves were a thing from, like, way back in Smash 4. But I argue that if you were to put custom moves in there and give people, like, the option to, like, for example, imagine if Mario had Cappy, Imagine how, like, that's, like, the most...
What custom moves were. Custom moves were, how much can we get out of these characters without doing extra animation? Cappy, for example, would require a different animation.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, it's a whole other game, right? It's a new game. So it's like, it's not like... It would be just an extra move, right? Imagine if you could switch between just, for example, like a single extra move. Oh, shoot, if you were to do, like, a special, like a side special, right? You can, instead of using your cape, you would use Cappy. And, like, you'd be able to control someone.
To be fair, I do think the cape should have been replaced by Cappy. Just have it function the same. Just have it forward and it reverses you. But if you get a projectile, then the hat appears on the projectile with a little mustache, and it goes back.
Yeah, so it's like all of these, like, so my point is that, like, all of these fun ideas, I feel like I'm moving into the camera a little bit more, and it's, like, obviously trying to focus on me. The point of all of this stuff, right, is that stuff like that, can make characters feel like they're in the same place as, like, these DLC characters who are looking like freaking fashionistas of characters with their stylish moves and their stylish references and stuff. Like, you see Kazuya just, like, literally being, like, probably one of the, like, most stylish characters I've seen. But yeah, he's another fighting game character, which I like. I know that I personally think that it's redundant to have him in the game as another fighting game character.
Could not disagree more.
I know.
Because there is a fighting game genre that is out there does not mean that every fighting game character plays the same. It's along the lines of saying, oh yeah, Crash Bandicoot would play just like Mario because they're both from 3D platformers. No, who these characters are and what they mean to gaming and what their playstyle would be is much different. Because Kazuya is fun and he plays completely different. Well, fun, I guess, is subjective.
Yeah. Yeah. I wanted to stop you there, but keep going.
Objectively, he does play different than the Shotos or Terry.
He does. He does. I'll give you that.
And even though he is from a fighting game, what Tekken means to fighting games in general and Evo is a lot different because they are fighting games, but Street Fighter fans are not Tekken fans, or they can be, but not always. Just like Final Fantasy fans are not necessarily Fire Emblem fans.
Okay.
They're both JRPG series made by AAA companies.
Okay.
That does not mean that they are. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I gotcha. Sorry, the camera's focusing in on me again. Let me go ahead and say this, right? I'm gonna give us like 8 extra minutes, and I think we're good to go. To kind of like wrap it up a little bit. We should do this more often, but I'm just gonna let you
Yeah,
know.
no,
Yeah.
I did more.
Okay. Aside from that, though, you know the reason why Ryu was in the game to begin with back in Smash 4?
No, I don't. I don't really look into why a lot of the characters are added. I kind of just
True. Okay. Touche. Touche. The purpose of having Ryu in the game was to kind of have like contrast all the other characters to a fighting game character. And this is one of like the one of the more grayer area hot takes that I have is that you know Ryu, being the fighting game character that he is, was quote unquote meant to be the fighting game character. You see where this argument tends to get a little bit weird, right? Is like, Ryu is meant to be the fighting character, therefore he's the only, this is the only fighting game series that you should put in Ultimate and stuff, right? It's a really exactly. So saying that, right? You have Ryu and Ken. Okay, that's pretty acceptable. Terry, a little bit similar, but that's okay too. That's okay too. And then you have Kazuya in there. This is another fighting game character, which in this case he does a lot of punching. And his other form, which is like his devil thing, he kind of has as well. That's cool too. But the whole mechanic of like Tekken is supposed to be like the punch, and then kick, punch, launch, throw him in the air, and stuff like that. And like when you're talking about traditional fighting game, right? You look at that stuff competitively, and you're like, holy crap, that is freaking sick. When you're putting that in Smash Brothers, you look at all the other people's moves, and you're like, it's a bunch of punches and kicks, and
the particle effects help a lot with that.
Yeah, perhaps. I just, at the end of the day, I mean, it's still punches and kicks, right? It's not like he's like really throwing fire into it.
I can see your issue that Kazuya lacks flavor.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is the right word.
Imagine if we got like if there's a really popular sword fighter fighting game character, right? And that was put into Smash Bros. Byleth?
So I was going to say Soul Calibur.
Soul Calibur, yeah. And instead
Soul Bad Guy from Guilty Gear.
Or Soul Bad Guy. Heck, sure, yeah. I'll put Soul Bad Guy in there from Guilty Gear. I'm really horrible with this focus. No autofocus anymore. We can't have that. It's like it's fine. Everybody can make it into Smash Brothers, and that's cool, right? It's a like I said, it's a blessing and a curse because there's so many possibilities to who you can put in, but here we go, 4th fighting game character in the series, and you look at that, and it's like, oh, whoopee, another fighting game character. To
be fair, it's really the 3rd because there's a Echo.
Okay, I mean, yeah, 3rd fighting game character in. The whole idea of Kazuya makes Ryu look a little basic at this point. Now Ryu doesn't have all that much flair to him. Kazuya is like,
again, they all represent very different aspects of fighting games. Kazuya is the very overly convoluted combos type of side of fighting games that you'd see in Tekken or Marvel vs. Capcom, right?
Yeah, sure, yeah, if you want to say it that way.
Ryu is a lot more of the patient side of fighting games. Waiting back and getting the big punish with the Shoryuken and the heavy tilts and all of that stuff. And Terry is a lot more of the active movement side of fighting games. With his 2 side specials, and Terry is a very nimble character compared to Kazuya and Ryu, and that's meant to represent like the more fast-paced side of fighting games, I guess.
Right.
So while they all are fighting games and they all are arcade characters, and they all are melee punch kick characters, what they mean to fighting games and what they mean to Smash Bros are very different.
And that's really cool. And that's really cool stuff. Then again, Kazuya is a really important character, and that's pretty dang cool. At the same time, though, there's also some other pretty cool characters. I would like to say, imagine if it wasn't Kazuya. Imagine if it was Lara Croft from Tomb Raider or Master Chief from Halo. Those are 2 very legendary characters in their own right. And if you put them in Smash, people would say positive things all around about those characters as well. So,
Well,
cool.
at this
Kazuya as a Tekken character. I'm not saying, and also, I mean, I would like to say that Heihachi's in there as well as a Mii costume, and I'm not saying that like Heihachi is like the only person who deserves to be what was I gonna say? Who deserves to be Tekken representation? It's just like you see Kazuya in there, and it's like, oh, whoopee, Kazuya. Um, and then you compare that with someone like, for example, someone as crazy as like the following: Lara Croft, Master Chief, Scorpion, Doom Guy. All these guys are. I mean, Scorpion is a fighting game character. He's a very gory fighting game character, which he would be a horrible choice for Smash because they would never do it. They would never go for Scorpion and like give him like his stuff, But for example, someone like Doom Guy, like a literal shooter, I actually don't play the Doom games, but I would love to try one out actually. You have Lara Croft, which is like an adventurer, and she goes off with all these tools and stuff, and like obviously it's not like, oh my gosh, it's Kazuya and he has all these abilities and stuff, but like it's Lara Croft, having all.
I guess the problem with that is you can't just say, well, Kazuya is great and all, but Lara Croft, you're kind
right.
of just...
If you take that sentence in and of itself and like have that as the statement alone, then yeah, obviously that's going to be pretty bad take, because that now just comes to preference. We're just saying that like, okay,
I mean, that is what it sounds like, and
okay.
Well, yes, Lara Croft would have a lot more. I'm interrupting. I'm sorry.
Sorry, no. That might be me too. So we want to kind of keep that in check for accountability. Go ahead.
I guess your priority when it comes to Smash Bros. From just talking to you and 2 discussions that we've had, seems to be flavor. Like even if a character has this like a similar playstyle, if they can make it like look different, then that means something, right?
No, because if that was the philosophy, then Kazuya would be one of my bigger picks, because he has a lot of pizzazz and flavor to him, and then I guess the problem is just kind of like you have all these like groups, right? Especially when you look at the DLC, the only thing that everybody is talking about as far as like Nintendo fans or Smash fans, you look at Kazuya, and then Kazuya is just like, oh, boosh, another guy who does punches, kicks. I'm using my hands to represent kicks, but it's not anything that's outside of punches or kicks. Something that you wouldn't expect in a fighting game, like Steve. People were really crazed up about Steve because this guy is like puts blocks on stuff. I'm gonna sound really stupid. He puts blocks on stuff and he uses tools and he can craft tools and all this other good stuff. And people were pretty excited about that.
Even if Kazuya is just punch, like kick,
Mm-hmm.
punch again. This time I've turned into the demon that festers within myself whenever somebody mentions Plants vs Zombies 3.
It's like the Ike of the fighting game characters, because like you have Ryu and Ken. Here, obviously they're Echo fighters even outside of Smash. Then you have Terry, same fighting game concept where like you're still looking at the person when you're like fighting to get, when you're fighting on 1v1s and stuff, but then you have Kazuya and you have like, I guess like the current state of Smash is like, oh shoot, here's this guy who can do all these sorts of combos and crazy stuff, right? That you can kind of learn if you were to kind of know what they are, I guess. You can't really learn just by playing as him without knowing what the moveset is, right? I don't think you can do that with any fighting game character. I never learned how to do a Hadouken with Ryu back in the Street Fighter days without looking at a sheet of paper and being like, oh, this is how you do it. You curve your thumb and you move it there. And then you press the button really, really fast. Yeah, it's like...
That is the fault of the original game and not Smash Bros. Smash Bros. Is trying to emulate it, and like...
I'm just saying, as for a character that's like at the end of the Fighter's Pass, near the end of the Fighter's Pass, it's like they're putting more emphasis on, okay, we're putting another fighting game character in the game, which means it's going to be a little bit more combo heavy.
Him as another fighting game character, because Who
He
cares
is.
if he's from a fighting game? If this was Mike Haggart from Final Fight or Kiryu from Yakuza, he would just be using kicks and punches, like you say. I don't know much about Yakuza, admittedly, but I
mean,
think I'm right in saying that.
The fun thing about Yakuza, I mean, I wonder if Yakuza would be. I don't know what kind of fighter he would be. I imagine he'd be some guy a little bit more comical in a sense, like a little bit more funny. I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas out there.
Off topic, but I would want Kiryu to be like a tag team with the villain from Yakuza.
Yeah.
Just,
I don't know. I mean, it's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. I like it. Or heck, dude, someone as like nonsensical as like Phoenix Wright, you know, the lawyer. I don't know. He wouldn't be a bad pick, right? He wouldn't be a bad pick for Smash.
I love Ace Attorney. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that. I would love Phoenix Wright, and probably I would like him more than Kazuya. But for what Kazuya is, which is like this Tekken, this fighting game character, which that represents a very different part of fighting games that a lot of people are happy for. Like, like I don't know if you were paying attention, like on Smashworks, but like when he first came out, there was like a lot of people who were really, really like happy about it.
Yeah, and that's good for them, you know. And there's obviously we're gonna have people who are gonna be excited that a character makes it a Smash. I could personally be pretty happy if I saw Lloyd Irving from Tales of Symphonia being in Smash Brothers and being like, hey, yeah, dude, one of my favorite characters.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to, I guess, say something about your Smash pick, but you're criticizing Kazuya for being too samey, and you want Lloyd,
right? I mean, at that point for me, it's personally just preference, right? Like that's a very specific character that I'm picking. In that sense, it's another sword fighter.
Able to overlook sameness for the sake of loving the Tales games.
No, I'm just saying that like I'm Lloyd Irving should not be an actual. I mean, in my opinion, Lloyd Irving should not be an actual pick for Smash DLC. But you know, if I really liked the character and I saw Lloyd Irving be in Smash, and I look at that and I'm like, wow, a character that I like a lot is in Smash Brothers. Nice, you know. It's like, of course, we're gonna have people who are gonna be happy with that character. You know, someone's gonna look at, for example, Big Boss. Imagine if Big Boss from Metal Gear Solid became a character for Smash Brothers. People who like the Metal Gear Solid series look at that and be like, "Oh wow, I remember that game, Metal Gear Solid. That character was pretty awesome." I guess just to summarize, because we don't have that much time on my part, is that yeah, of course, people. There's going to be a group of people who's going to like that character being smashed. That's never going to change. We're always going to have that community of people who are happy with the character coming in. Even with the Byleths of the world, the Mithra and Pyras of the world. You know, we can have an entire community of people outside of that community that really doesn't like that character. And then you have those people being like, these people are just completely, you know, the people who are saying that stuff are completely horrible. We like these characters, and we think those guys are perfect choices for Smash Brothers. And those were the two most controversial picks for Smash. So, you know, we'll always have that person.
Corrin exists.
Huh? Oh, Corrin, exactly. So, yeah, they'll have that group of people who looked at Fire Emblem Fates, liked it, and when Corrin came in, they were like, "Oh yes, Corrin, he deserves to be in the game."
Like Fire Emblem Fates, anyway.
So it's one of those things, you know. That's just kind of to summarize it on my part, right? We'll always have another character coming in, but the actual question needs to be like what I don't. What does the question have to be? I guess I have to save that for another video because I myself don't.
I guess if we are gonna do another one of these, I have no clue, but I guess it does come down to. I can't think of a question either.
Yeah, that's gonna be something.
People want their characters in, and then when their characters don't get in, there's a split. There's people who want their characters because they think that they'd be better choices, and then there's the people who are happy with what they have, even though they don't even though they're not the character, they can appreciate the playstyle or whatever. I'm not saying either of those groups are wrong. It's fine when Pyramithra came out that you wanted Crash Bandicoot or Monokuma or something instead. That makes sense, and not everybody who is in that first camp is toxic. Like some people would lead you to believe they are.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I guess that's it.
Oh shoot, sorry. Yeah. I mean, true. You know, you kind of got to give some characters a chance, and you know, we did that in the past before. You know, we to be honest with you, I was actually distracted, kind of making a reply in the live chat. But you were trying to say that the communities in those respective for those characters aren't all that bad, or did I completely miss the mark? Did I ramble? I might have rambled.
No, you're fine. I probably rambled a lot more.
No, go ahead.
I don't have any thoughts. I guess this kind of went from Smash being a party game or not, and it's gone on to kind of become like a critique of Ultimate's philosophies, like in general.
I'm just saying. What am I gonna say? You know, what can I possibly say? Nah, we got a memer in the chat. I love him.
An Axe character would be pretty awesome. I just don't like Sword and Shield, so I would not want a Pokemon at this point. But
it's for the memes. It's knowing it's best competitive Smash games. Like I won't say anything. Okay. Let me go ahead and you said something about like the just to kind of top it off. You said something about like those sub communities not being as like not having such horrible picks, I guess, or rephrase what you said because I totally didn't pick it up.
Yeah. So when a new character for Smash comes out, typically it's divided into 3 sections. Really, there's when people don't get the character they want.
Mm-hmm.
There's the first camp, which is happy with them because of the play style or whatever.
Yeah.
Like Kazuya, that was it for me. Like I like playing as Kazuya, but I have never played Tekken before.
Yeah.
I would much rather get Shell from Portal or something else. And then there's Camp 2 who would rather have their own character in. Because they wish that they were in, they worked better. That was like me with Violet. And then there's the third camp who is toxic. Like you don't, when you're part of one camp or even more than one of those camps, it doesn't necessarily mean you're toxic, I guess.
Mm-hmm. I agree. What I can say is that I can personally agree with that a lot, knowing what those groups of people are. There's that group of people who were like, oh my gosh, I wanted Spyro in this game, and they keep putting these Fire Emblem characters and stuff, and those people that they get very specific on which character that they thought would have been perfect for Smash.
Those are the people who are like, oh yeah, we don't want any sword fighters. Now give me Dante.
Let's be honest, okay? When it comes to being a toxic Smash fan, right? I think we're now seeing the memes more than the actual people. I wonder if I can have someone agree with me on that. We're seeing more of the memes of, oh my gosh, I want this character in Smash, even though it's obviously like a joke, to like show that, oh my gosh, this is what like the toxic Smash fan does, is that like they do this. Am I right or wrong? Okay.
Yeah.
So
people do these types of things like out of spite.
Mm-hmm.
Like just people don't care about anything until they're told not to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like don't be toxic. Oh, okay. Now toxicity is happening. Like
not gonna lie, he was good. He was good. I personally wish they could have done more with Steve. But no, you were saying BC.
Yeah. that was really the end. I guess I'm struggling of trying to think of a conclusion because I think we should probably try to wrap this up.
Yeah, you are absolutely fine. You can wrap it up in your own way, and we can kind of let our thoughts kind of lay out after the stream, and whatever naturally happens. We
rewatch this and cringe at what I've said and write a really long comment or something. I don't know.
Yeah, to make you feel better, I cringed a lot at what we said at our last discussion. There were some parts where I was like, oh yeah, I was just really being petty.
Wait, did you record it?
I voice recorded it for my own personal gain. So that way I could kind of like see if I could be pretty good to do a live stream in the first place. And I was like, you know what? I can do this again. And here we are now. We're doing this with people.
Yeah, I would. I do think what you have to say about Smash is pretty interesting. It's different than what I think, but I think it's interesting. I'd do it again.
Yeah. I guess what I want this to be, is to get like this opinion, as controversial as it is for the Smash community, to kind of be at the same level, because right now it kind of feels like it's only the small minority of people. You kind of feel like, I guess, Smash like in this way, and to kind of have that be a little bit more mainstream. We totally do not know for sure if he's memeing or not, but we just kind of need to get to a point where people more in the mainstream can look at that opinion and let it be just beyond, oh my gosh, this kid's screaming again about these characters again. And it's like, no, it's a lot more than just that, It's like, if my old video said anything, it's like, yeah, we grew up with Smash for different reasons, Smash Brawl, its biggest failure was that it wasn't as competitive enough, It was intentionally not meant to be competitive, which screwed a bunch of stuff for a lot of people. And then Smash 4 came along, they tried to make it into the middle ground, and then Smash Ultimate, I would argue, is the most intentionally competitive game in the series, if I'm not mistaken. Because Melee had a lot of exploits, and that's what made it competitive.
I think, like Melee, it wasn't exactly intentional, but a natural consequences of the new speed of the game. Because faster, by definition, means basically more competitive. Melee is the most fast-paced Smash game, and it is the most competitive one.
Yeah.
Ultimate set things up a lot from Smash 4, like jump squats, fall speed, landing lag, and it resulted in a more competitive game. But that's also just the style they were going for. So. Yeah.
Hey, dude, who knows? I'm actually kind of refreshed to try out a Melee tournament. Just for kicks and of being on the tournament and being competitive and stuff. I would love to try that out again. Maybe after COVID. Maybe maybe after all of its high school. We used to do something like that back in the day. But that's for a whole other story. Other than that, that's something that I really hope for in the future, is to kind of have a Melee tournament again. Whether it be online or offline, if Nintendo ever decides to give us that opportunity.
All right.
But yeah, that's the entire discussion. I'm gonna go ahead and clip this. So for anybody who wants to leave right now, feel free. I'm gonna clip this video, kind of chop it up, kind of make it as short as possible, but kind of give you all the good chunks. And I'm gonna see.
Stream up, or are you just gonna clip it?
I'm gonna wait. Am I gonna clip it, or am I gonna like what?
Are you gonna do both? Are you gonna keep the original up as well? I'm just curious.
I think I should, right? I should probably do that. Yeah, let's totally do that. Okay. Other than that, BComics, I can't wait for us to have some other people, I guess, from the server that I kind of invited you from, to have this discussion more often. Kind of see how it turns out, and hopefully we could try something like that again next time.
All right.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Thank you, BC. It's been awesome.
Cool. Bye.
Take care, guys. Hey, Captain. This has been the end of the stream. We're going to be doing tomorrow, at the end of the day, some sort of me thing. If you guys subscribed because of the whole me stuff, I'm gonna go ahead and make a stream late. I'd say at 7, to kind of showcase some of my me's. And see how you can make some of your make some good ones for yourself and all this other good stuff. Damn, I can't believe I got here late. Too late, man, I guess. But we got to chop it off for now. We're going to try this again for sure next Wednesday. If not, another date. It's totally new, but this entire discussion has been pretty fun. We're going to try this again. We'll see if we can add new people to kind of argue back and forth. It's all about the discussion. And, bro, I'm exhausted. I didn't even eat the food that I had with me. Everybody is in here already, and it makes me feel so bad. I mean, we could do something late, but just I have some stuff that I have to plan for. I'll totally do something later, till next week, and I'll probably make things a lot later. See much? And hey, we can only go up from here, okay? So thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out. See you at least tomorrow or next week or the next video that comes up, all right? Stream is off. You can just see me just finish the setup, close it off, everything. Maybe I'll even eat a little bit. Other than that, yeah, it's nice getting to see you guys. All right? Ciao.